Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum everyone. I hope that you people are well. Today I'm going to discuss with you the different categories of adopters. We also call it the differences in the adoption process. Now what does it mean is that when the product is launched, a new product is launched, not all the consumers adopt that new product at the same time. What is adoption? I discussed with you in one of the last videos. Adoption is the process where the consumers use the product in full scale and more regularly. So in this video I'm going to discuss with you the categories of adopters. Now in this video my focus would be to discuss with you how people differ when it comes to adopting a new product, and there is a huge difference when it comes to adopting a new product or trying a new product. People differ with regard to adopting new products. So I will explain this topic from two different books, the book of Armstrong and Kotler and the book of Peter and Donnelly. The categories are the same. We have 5 categories of adopters, but the names are slightly different. So the first category of adopters are called innovators. Innovators are those consumers or those people who normally buy the product the moment it is launched. So they try the product the moment the moment it is launched, and they're around 2.5% of the consumers. They're the people who stand in the queue outside the store before the product is launched. So you may have seen when a new Apple product like iPhone is launching, when a new Samsung phone is launching, or Huawei or any brand of phone is launching, you may have seen that even some people stay overnight outside the stores because the next day the phone is launching. So these are the people who are called innovators. They're around 2.5% people. They are the people who wants to try the product the moment it is launched. So the first category are called innovators. The second one are called early adopters. Early adopters are around 13.5% consumers. Early adopters are those consumers who will only buy a new product, an innovative product, once the innovators give positive remarks about those products. So they're interesting. A lot of us are in that category where we will buy a new product, or we buy a new product once we see that someone have positively reviewed the product. Particularly in my case as well, when I want to buy a new brand of phone, a new smartphone, a new technological product, before I go and stand in the queue for that product, which I normally don't do, I want to see what people have said about it, what people have what are people's review about that particular product. When there are positive reviews, normally I would go and buy that product. So they are called early adopters. Early adopters are those people, I told you, around 13.5% people, those people who buy a new product once the innovators give positive comments about that product. The next one are called early mainstream. Now in the book of Armstrong they call it early mainstream. In the book of Peter and Donnelly they call it early majority. Around 34% of people are in early majority. See, a significant number of people are in the early majority. Early majority are those people who will buy the product once the product become common product, once the product is a famous product, once everybody talk positive about, once the product is easily available in the market. They don't have to stay in the queue for it. They just go to the store and buy these products. So they are the early majority or early mainstream consumers. Around 34% of people are in this category. The next category are very interesting people. They are called late majority or late mainstream. Around 34% of people are in the late majority or late mainstream. They are the people who will only buy a new product once another version of that product is launched. So first, either they are the people who will buy the product once the product is like super common everywhere, and even the new version is expected to launch soon. So they are the people who will buy a new product once they know that after a few months another version is launching. in some books they also say that late majority are those people, that is very interesting, that they only buy a new product, an innovative product, once the new version is actually launched. So they will buy an iPhone 10 when iPhone 11 is launched, they will buy a Note 10 when Note 11 is launched. And there are many reasons to that. First, the product is common, the product is well known, a lot of people, even friends and family, have talked about the product and have used the product, so they are pretty confident before they actually buy these products. And interestingly, some people also say that late majority are those people that they actually go to the innovators and they tell them that, you know, a new iPhone is launched, iPhone 11 is launched, a new Samsung or Huawei is launched, why don't you buy? So they would tell them, the innovators will tell them, yeah, I have iPhone 10, so you know, I just bought iPhone 10 last year. So they would convince them to sell the iPhone 10 and buy iPhone 11, because they are the innovators, they are the one who normally buy the product the moment it is launched. So when the innovators are convinced, the late majority will tell them, you know, I can buy your iPhone 10. So they are the people, they are these type of people. We have these type of people around us as well, that they convince us to buy a new brand of a product and sell them the older version that we have. So they are the late majority. They are very skeptical, they are very selective, they are very careful when they make purchase decisions with regard to the new product. The last one are called laggards. In the book of Armstrong, they call it lagging adopters, or lagging adopters or laggards are those people who are around 16%. So a significant number of consumers are in this category. They are the people who will buy a new product, who will actually not buy a new product. They are people who are resistant to change. They are the people who like to have an older product rather than any new product. So the people who still use a phone with a keypad are the laggards, and who doesn't want to change to the smartphones. They still have the older version of the phone, the normal phone, not the smartphone. So they are in the category of laggard. Some book says that they will only buy a new product when the product becomes when that product becomes so common that it is now a tradition to have that product. So they will only buy a smartphone when the smartphone becomes a tradition across the place or the region where they are staying. So they are the laggards. So I told you about the 5 important categories of adopters and or the differences when it comes to adopting an innovative products. I hope that you like the topic. If you have questions, if you have suggestions, feel free to share with me. With that, thank you so much. See you in the next video. Bye.